Raw Power, and today in Tacx Turbo Talks we're talking to Kasper Asgreen from Deceuninck Quickstep about the Tour de France. Alright, it's Tuesday the 16th of July, it's the first rest day in this year's Tour de France, and we've got a rider on the line who actually is making his debut in this year's Tour de France, and it's Kasper Asgreen from the Deceuninck Quickstep. Welcome, Kasper.
Thank you very much.
How are you after these, the first hectic 10 days in this year's tour?
Yeah, it's been a hard first 10 days for us. We've had a lot of success with the yellow jerseys, stage wins, and so on. But it has also meant a lot of work on the front for us. So I think everybody has been looking forward to this rest day for a few days now.
Like you said, a lot of time on the front as well, because it seems like this season we see you on the front everywhere. Obviously in the Cobalt Classics with that second place in Flanders, then the Tour of California, and now hours and hours on the front of the peloton.
Yeah. I don't know. I must like it.
Do the legs like it as well, or?
Yeah. It's hard, but it's fun. It's fun racing and. Being part of the race and controlling how the race turns out is good fun, and I really enjoy that.
And obviously, it's like we said, it is your first Tour de France. What has been the biggest shock for you, or biggest surprise?
Biggest surprise. I don't think there's been any, to be honest. I have some great teammates and directors who have told me a lot of things in advance. And I think I've been well prepared. So I don't think there's been too many surprises.
And maybe only the biggest shock was then that traffic island on the middle of the road.
Yeah, okay. Fair point.
How have you recovered from that? Obviously, you had a massive crash. You did a test for concussion-like symptoms. We're all good to go. How are you feeling now?
Yeah, the first few days I had some stiffness around the muscles in the neck, but then that cleared up quite quickly, and then I had a little bit with my shoulder, but that has been improving the last few days. It took a bit longer, but the bike it's no issue. It's more off the bike if I do some strange movement to pick up my backpack or something. So, but yeah, that's improving as well, and I feel like I'm almost fit for fight again.
So today probably then a relaxed rest day for you, and don't do anything too special. You said you were looking forward to a nice coffee ride. Did you have a good coffee?
Yeah, we went on this super nice ride with our bike sponsor Specialized. They launched a new e-road bike today. So they set up eight e-bikes for us to ride on our recovery day. So that was perfect, nice and easy to the cafe and back.
Nice cruisy spin. Who's your roommate this Tour de France actually?
I'm with Yves Lampaert in the room. Yeah.
Oh, there's some big engines in that room then.
Yeah, sure.
And what do you think about for the next coming days? Obviously, you're coming out of the rest day. Is it just getting started now, or?
Yeah, of course. Now we're getting into the real mountains. Tomorrow we have a sprint first, and then the first really big mountain stage is going to come up Thursday. So I'm sure we are in for a hard second half of the tour.
And did you guys discuss it within the team how you might want to defend yellow? For Alaphilippe, he might want to get the King of the Mountains jersey, but in the other hand, you've also got obviously Enric Mas, who's want to do a good GC. How are you going to combine it all?
Well, I don't think it's ever been Julian's goal to do GC in this tour. So of course it's been a nice experience for him and for the whole team to have him in the yellow jersey here in the first half of the race. But I think in one of the next few days he'll probably lose some time, so he has a bit more freedom to go in the breakaways and chase some more stage wins. And then we'll try to do our best to help Enric in the GC.
It's obviously the last time you helped Enric in the GC, he became second last year in Vuelta.
Yeah. Let's hope we can keep that streak rolling.
And then obviously we got the time trial coming up as well. Is that something that you especially look forward to, being the Danish national champion?
Yeah, for sure. It's gonna be my first outing in my national championships jersey. So I'm really looking forward to that, and in showing it off for the first time at the tour is something special. So I'm excited about that.
Because you're becoming sort of like a time trial specialist. Obviously, last year already immediately in the team they became world champions. Did a great time trial in the Vuelta, and this year already twice in the Tour de Suisse that you were close. Is there a special love for you for the time trial?
A special love? I've always loved the time trials. I was European champion in the under 23s, and I've always performed well in the time trials. So it's always been a nice discipline that I really enjoy.
And obviously in Switzerland it was pretty close between you and Yves Lampaert in the time trials. Are you guys already talking about it in the room to make a little side bet on who's going to do better on the time trial?
No, I think if we can go like we did in Swiss, both of us, I think that's going to be the best. And I would be really happy for Yves if he can do a good time trial, and I'm sure he would be happy for me if I managed to do a good time trial.
Is it for you an opportunity to go full gas, or do you have to hold back a little bit, obviously with the hard stages coming up as well?
Yeah, that's always the issue here in a stage race like this. There's many objectives, and it's a hard race. So we have to see in the next few days how I feel and what the objectives of the team is gonna be. My main role here in the race is to support our leaders. So we'll see probably Thursday evening or Friday morning at the time trial what we're gonna do.
Do you already have something planned if you make it to Paris? Already some plans to celebrate?
No, not yet. We take it one day at a time, but I'm sure there is someone in the team who's planned something nice. But for me as a rider, I focus on the race, and then I trust that somebody planned a nice party in Paris.
And how do you sort of like relax in between the stages, like today on a rest day? Are there certain activities that you do, or?
Yeah, I speak with the sponsors and journalists and go on a coffee ride. I'll probably go read a bit in my book, of course. Then we have our massages, and just try to do as little as possible, to be honest.
And now everyone's probably curious what book that you're reading.
I'm reading A Brief History of Time by Stephen Hawking at the moment.
Oh, wow. That's really interesting.
Yeah, it's a great book.
Something completely different. Like we noticed, like the last couple of years, there's like a really talented generation of Danish cyclists coming up. Obviously with Mats Pedersen, with yourself, Alexander Kamp, Ekholm, Berg. What's the secret in Denmark at the moment?
I don't know. We eat our oatmeal in the morning. I don't know.
All Danish kids are on oatmeal. That must be it.
Yeah, no, I think the Danish country teams, they're doing some great work developing young talents, and they have a really nice setup that prepares the riders really well for life as a professional cyclist. They do some good races. Most of the teams have existed for quite a few years now, so they have a good relationship with many of the race organizers, so they get good invites, and really I think that's the big key to developing riders, to do some good races and try to prepare them for the life as a professional.
And then obviously, if they can then make steps like you did, going to like a big team as the Deceuninck Quick Step, then it will be massive.
Yeah, of course. Joining the most winning team in the world is always a massive achievement, and it brings me great sense of pride what I've managed to do the last few years.
I was about to say, it's not even 1.5 years that you're with Quickstep now. It's and to see what you've already achieved is quite amazing.
Yeah, I can't really. Sometimes when I look back on it, it's been fast the last 1.5 years. So, but I try to take it in and enjoy it as much as possible.
Yeah. All right. One more question for you, because we always have the Tacx Turbo Talks fan question of the week.
Yes.
And this week is from a Jethro Nagel, and he wanted to know, what is a must-have to bring to every race?
For me, that must be my coffee gear. I always bring my own beans, and I grind them with my little hand grinder every morning, and make my own fresh coffee.
Do you want to plug the name of the coffee?
At the moment, I'm drinking coffee from this roastery called Nordic Coffee House. So, and I'm really it's a bean from Ethiopia. I'm really happy with that one. That's really great. One of the best I had, I must say.
All right, so that's next of the tour. Obviously, every morning you'll be grinding those beans and get yourself a nice cup of coffee.
Exactly.
All right. Thank you, Kasper. We're going to let you off. Take some rest before the rest of the tour. Thanks heaps for your time. Really appreciate it.
Of course. Pleasure.
All right. And thank everyone for listening. Don't forget to subscribe, rate and review this podcast. Leave us a 5-star rating. This was Rob Bauer with Kasper Asgreen from the Deceuninck Quick Step. Stay tuned for a new Tacx Turbo Talks next week.